All right, so for today's short, we're actually staying on the ground because I'm going to answer a common question I get from a lot of my students. Number one, what type of flight bag should I get and what do I put inside of it? So for today, we're going to go right through what is in my flight bag. But the key thing is just make sure that it's big enough to fit everything you're going to bring in there. I like having some extra pockets so you can put flashlights and other things. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and straight into what's in my flight bag. So first, it's my iPad. So for you primary students out there, a lot of you probably have seen ForeFlight. Now, some instructors teach a little bit differently of when they can use ForeFlight. ForeFlight's a very important app for pilots. It keeps in very organized flight bag because back when I started flying, we used to have sectionals in here, approach plates, charts. Now it's in all one easy to manage place. All right, so next thing I have here in my flight bag are my headset. Now these are David Clark brand. I don't really have too much of a preference, but whenever possible, I recommend getting noise reduction headphones because in the cockpit it can be really loud and it's a very big difference whenever you use the noise reduction headphones over a more standard type headphone. That being said, I always have a backup pair of headphones in my flight bag. Now this one may not be so practical for everyone to have two pairs of headsets in their flight bag, but for me this has came in handy multiple times where I've had an issue with one of my headsets or I have a passenger who forgot theirs. I have one ready for them to use. And again, I'm using the David Clark brand here. Next, an external power bank. So I actually have two of these in my flight bag. I always keep these charged just in case my iPad runs out of battery. Because whenever you're using ForeFlight, you got your GPS running, it's gonna run out the battery very quickly, depending on what iPad you have. So I like to keep a power bank in my flight bag. A pair of foggles. I just keep some sort of snack in my flight bag. Usually I have some sort of protein bar or a piece of fruit, but today I went with Skinny Pop. Another thing I like to have with me is a mount. Now, before I used to go with the yoke mounts, and this is just the RAM model, but these can go right on your windshield and hold up the iPad. Now, whenever you use these, just make sure it's not blocking your field of view. And the next, very important thing, I have a Stratus. This is for getting ADS-B traffic and weather on your iPad. There's multiple types of brands out there. You can build your own, you can buy your own. I just recommend bringing these with you. So next, for those of you that do a lot of night flying, I always have my flashlight with me. So this flashlight, it has a red and white option. So whenever you're working at night, you won't ruin your night vision. And then I have a headlamp here just so I can walk around and quickly do a pre-flight without having to stretch with the flashlight and do that at the same time. And then last but not least, I have about 4 or 5 different pens in here. They always go missing, so I always make sure I bring extra with me. So that being said, that's everything I have in my flight bag. Hope you guys enjoyed and we'll catch you on the next short.